I miss music like New Edition, man. Groups like New Edition. And
why you say you miss music?
Yeah, you can listen to it
exactly.
still.
I mean, you see that, but there's no new groups like New Edition.
That's
Who's
fine.
new like New
That's
Edition?
fine. That's okay.
That gives you that feeling.
You know, what if they came out with a new edition?
And call it the new.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all sound
New
ridiculous.
edition.
You don't always
But the
need
gag is.
something new. Things should move forward, but
Right.
you can always pull up old New Edition music and listen to it.
Oh, that stays.
And guess what?
In my car.
Now we got a movie. Drop one of Clues Bombs for the New Edition movie on BET. Baby.
And I see people talking about what other movies they want to see. People like, I want to see a Jodeci one. I want to see a SWV one.
No.
I want to see a Guy movie would be good.
Guy would be
No, see,
dope.
this is the
Teddy
thing.
Riley.
Now, hold on. A Guy movie?
Teddy Riley.
No, this is the thing.
Guy would be popping.
You gotta do a whole Teddy
You
Riley.
don't need to do an SWV movie, maybe, but you got to do an Uptown Records movie.
That would be dope.
That's when you do. That's Jodeci. That's Guy. That's Andre
But they all
Harrell.
need their
That's
own
Mary J.
separate-
Blige. That's Heavy D. No,
I feel like they
Uptown
all need
Records
their own
movie.
separate.
And a Wu-Tang movie.
When are we doing this party?
The
Like, we
Wu-Tang
need to do
movies.
this party. I'm getting my dance steps down.
All right, that's exactly why we're not doing no party. Because nobody needs to see that. Save that for your kids and your wife, bro. Do that at home. Do that at home.
And be all out of breath now. Sit down.
Embarrass your family. Don't embarrass your
Sit down.
family.
Can I do
Embarrass
my
your family.
rumors?
Don't embarrass the
Let's get to the
Breakfast
rumors. Lifetime bio.
Listen up.
This just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Since we're talking about movies that you want to see, there's a new Lifetime biopic. And guess who is going to be on?
Who?
Michael Jackson on
See,
Lifetime.
You lost me when you said Lifetime.
I know.
You lost me when you said Lifetime.
You know they already did Aaliyah, Michelle.
Trash.
And this book will
Michelle
be
was
based
okay.
on a book from two of Michael Jackson's personal security guards. It's called Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. It's going to talk about his final years.
I don't know about this
The
one.
film is right now in pre-production, and it's going to start shooting next month.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah, I don't want to see
Sounds like
that.
something that'll scare the kids.
Yeah, it scares me already.
Sounds like something that's going to have Paris Jackson very upset, just like she was upset before. So it'll be interesting, but I don't know about that one. All right, Oscar De La Hoya was arrested for DUI in Pasadena, California.
Round of applause.
Why?
No, don't you dare.
Oscar should have been locked up a long time ago for dressing in lingerie.
He's been having all kinds of substance abuse issues for years. He's been to rehab and all of that in the past. So they said he had taken a few failed sobriety tests, didn't work out for him. And then he got arrested. He was in his Land Rover. He was speeding, and that's why he got pulled over.
Imagine being a cop and searching Oscar De La Hoya and you realize he got a thong on and some fishnet stockings. You just be like, whoa.
You shouldn't be patting that hard. You shouldn't know all that. Right there, look at the picture. The picture looks crazy.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Drop one of Clues Bomb for Revolt finally doing something right.
What about the one where he was on the bike and the tutu? You remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember when Oscar De La Hoya had on a tutu?
Revolt got that one?
I ain't see all
Yo,
that.
there you go.
What Triple
he
G
did
said
have
when
on
he
a
was up,
tutu.
when Triple G was up here and I showed him Oscar
I
De La Hoya
swear
pictures in
he
that
was-
lingerie, Triple G said, that's his problem.
But I swear he was sitting on a bike, and when I'm going to pull this up for you guys.
I don't know.
By the way, that's the only time Triple G spoke perfect English in that whole interview. Couldn't understand him until he saw them pictures of Oscar De La Hoya and he said, no problem.
Bike tutu. All right. And let's discuss Chicago. Now, as we all know, we keep hearing Donald Trump talking about trying to do something in Chicago. What can we do in the city of Chicago because of the violence? Well, here's what Common has to say about Trump saying that he wants to send the feds in.
To help Chicago, you know, we gotta take care of our own. Like within the community, we gotta do things. There's a lot of people out there already organizing and doing things. We need our state and local people to do things. We don't need that type of mentality. So I'm not focused on the president right now. I'm focused on helping the people in the city and how we can do it.
Common is absolutely right. The reason Donald Trump is making those comments is because he feels the people in Chicago haven't done enough. You know, the feds will come in and make a short-term impact, but the long-term impact is the governors and the senators and the council members and the elected local officials on the floor, people in the community. Without the investment of those people, a federal solution means nothing.
All right. And Twister also responded to Donald Trump's Chicago send in the feds tweet. He said, thanks, but no thanks at real Donald Trump. We can take care of our own city.
They got to do it, though.
Gotcha.
They actually have to do it. They have to put the pressure on their governors and their senators and their council members. Just like I just said, the elected local officials on the floor, they got to put the pressure on them to actually do something.
All right, and Beyonce has gotten a new Marvel comic book cover. They're paying homage to Beyonce.
Who she thinks she is, me?
It's a Beyonce-inspired cover. It's the second issue of its series, America. And that's all paying homage to her Formation.
Let me see it. Where's
video.
that?
It's right there
Right
on
there.
Revolt if you have
Way
Revolt.
better than yours.
That's not true. She's up there with Captain Marvel. I don't know who the other lady is.
They've also been inspired with Marvel with Run the Jewels with their The Life of Pablo, Missy Elliott's Under Construction, ASAP Rocky's Long Live ASAP, Chance the Rapper's Acid Rat, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, and my guy, the Jizza Genius, Liquid Swords.
Those are the hip hop variant covers that Marvel does. But
Right.
Beyonce didn't write her own one and star in one like me, right? Okay. Drop one of Clues bombs for me, damn it.
Yeah, this guy is so petty.
Finally got
But
one up,
she's still
one up on Beyonce.
Beyonce, no
That's
matter
true.
what.
That is
so
true.
you get information,
That
sir.
is true.
Please.
That is
guy
true.
is
I've been
so
in Formation. My last name is Pinkett Smith Winfrey Knowles Carter.
Then act like one.
Okay.
But the gag is you're not Beyonce. All right?
Neither
And I'm
are you.
Angela Yee, and that is your... I'm not here trying to compete.
Nobody is.
I'm just reporting.
But I do have a Marvel comic that I wrote and starred in. Thank you.
I'm Angela Yee,
This
and
guy's
that's
so-
your
Just letting you
rumor
know.
report.
And you know what? Let me clear something up. You know,
Uh-oh.
we made fun of Angela Yee the other day because she mentioned that one of the members of the New Edition movie were wearing a 4-ball jacket, a 4-ball jacket. And we was like, that's a lie. But it was there was a 4-ball jacket in the New Edition
I
thing.
told you, I've
never
seen it with
one
my
before.
own eyes.
They have an 8-ball in there, but there's a 4-ball. I
Yeah,
never
it
seen
was
a 4-ball
confusing
jacket.
because he was in Michael Bivins' character,
Right.
Bashir, he was in the hospital with a 4-ball jacket.
Told you.
And
Right.
then a couple scenes later when he was home, it was an 8-ball jacket.
Yeah, I was
Never
confused.
seen anything like that. I thought I was hot.
Yeah.
Listen, I told y'all, but y'all didn't. How am I see something with my own eyes and you tell me I didn't see what I saw?
I never heard of
Because we
it.
live in a world full of alternative facts. That's why.
All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
Oh, one of the greatest providers of alternative facts out right now. My
boy.
favorite stand-up comic, National Press Secretary Sean Spicer. He needs to come to the front
He's
of the
crazy.
congregation for the second time this week. We'd like to have a word with him. He's actually amazing.
Okay.
One of my favorite people now.
We'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Come on.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
Look at these donkeys. Bunch of jackass. That's time for the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlemagne the devil.
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Yes, donkey of the day for Thursday, January 26th goes to my new favorite person, Sean Spicer. Sean Spicer is the press secretary for our celebrity-in-chief, Donald Trump. Listen, man, I know I gave him donkey of the day on Monday, but every press conference this guy does is automatically the best stand-up special out at the moment. It's a lot of stand-ups you can see on Netflix right now. Neil Brennan, 3 mics. I watched Kevin Hart, What Now, over the weekend, but nothing is funnier than when Sean Spicer holds a press conference, okay? Now, April Ryan, who is the Washington Borough chief of American Urban Radio Networks, was questioning Sean about stereotyping by omission. Something Trump's administration has been accused of. Basically saying that President Donald Trump has met with athletes and entertainers, but has not met with civil rights leaders. Okay, well, Sean Spicer, the alternative fact provider that he is, not only informed April Ryan that not only has Donald Trump met with civil rights leaders, he's met with the civil rights leader. Not just any civil rights leader, the head civil rights leader in charge. I mean, when it comes to civil rights leaders, it can't get no bigger than who Trump allegedly met with, okay? But forget me talking about it. Let me take you back to Spicer's latest stand-up special so he can tell you who Trump met with himself.
During his inauguration speech, he talked about inner cities, urban areas being riddled with gangs, violence, and drugs. What is the agenda? What are you planning when it comes to?
Well, April, just the other day he sat down with Martin Luther King Jr. I would call him a civil rights leader.
That occurrence of where his dad was the civil rights leader.
Well, I think he has done a lot for that.
But the gag is...
Martin Luther King Jr., who was shot and killed on April 4th, 1968. Clearly, Donald Trump has a time-traveling DeLorean because that is the only way he sat down with Martin Luther King Jr. Now, Donald Trump did meet with Martin Luther King III, the oldest living child of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, but he's not Martin Luther King Jr. Contrary to white male authorities' popular belief, all black people don't look alike. Now, I know, some of y'all are thinking, Charlemagne, you're reaching. He said Martin Luther King Jr., but you know what he meant. See, this is the problem. When you're the press secretary for the president, you have to say what you mean and mean what you say. It's not about what you meant to say. It's about what you said. I don't come to conclusions based off what someone meant to say. I come to conclusions based off what they said. I can't get on this radio and say, hey guys, have you ever read the autobiography of Malcolm Jamal Warner by Alex Haley? Because some poor kid will go search for the autobiography of Malcolm Jamal Warner by Alex Haley, and they will miss out on the greatness that is the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley. I love Theo from The Cosby Show, but there's a huge difference, okay? Now, Martin Luther King Jr. and Martin Luther III. Do you not know the difference? Play the clip once again from Sean Spicer. Play it again, please. Please.
During his inauguration speech, he talked about inner cities, urban areas being riddled with gangs, violence, and drugs. What is the agenda? What are you planning when it comes to?
Well, April, I mean, just the other day he sat down with Martin Luther King Jr. I would call him a civil rights leader.
That occurrence where his dad was the civil rights leader.
Well, I think he has done a lot for that.
And the fact that he didn't correct himself at all. You hear them yelling Martin Luther III to correct him, and Sean Spicer just keeps talking like
same person.
Whatever. All right. That lets me know he either don't know, don't show, or don't care about civil rights or what the hell any Martin was talking about.
We'll go with don't care.
You go with don't care. Sean Spicer don't know the difference between Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther King III, Martin Lawrence, Trayvon Martin, all black Martins, dead or alive, look exactly the same to Sean Spicer, okay? Now, Tamika D. Mallory, drop one of Clues bombs for Tamika Mallory. She posted a great point on her IG the other day. She posted the Sean Spicer clip, and she said, you see why folks have no business meeting with Donald Trump without taking trusted organizers, policy experts, and are impacting individuals with them. April Ryan asked for a plan to deal with inner city violence, and he responds by saying he met with Martin Luther III. Tamika goes on to say the whole point of him meeting with these folks is to be able to throw them in our face when asked for a real plan. Don't be used. Tamika Mallory hit it on the head. Don't be used, and you know you're being used simply because the National Press Secretary doesn't even remember who the celebrity in chief Donald Trump is meeting with, okay? When it comes to civil rights issues, because he really doesn't care. And this is proof. Please give my favorite stand-up comic, the National Press Secretary, Sean Spicer, the biggest hee-haw, please. By the way, don't think this is rare, okay? It's a lot of people who have no clue Martin Luther King Jr. is dead, believe it or not. All right, I remember a couple years ago when Jimmy Kimmel was doing Live Witness News on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and this happened.
On Martin Luther King Day, this took almost no time at all. We asked 14 people if they saw the speech Dr. King gave this morning, and 7 of them said they had. And with that said, I present to you perhaps the most disturbing edition ever of Live Witness News.
This morning, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made a very impassioned speech at the Capitol. What do you think of that?
I thought it was great, very inspiring, motivational.
How do you think his speech this morning compared to the one he gave in 1963? The same, better?
I wouldn't say it's the same or better. I would say it's very current for today.
This morning, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did a speech from the Capitol. What did you think of that?
I think it was great.
What did you like about it?
All the details and things like that.
You know, it's very, very rare to see him speak in public these days. How'd you feel seeing him speak in public this morning?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, how could it happen?
Yeah.
I haven't heard him talk for a while.
Pretty much. pretty freaking much. You got to give people the credit they deserve for being stupid. So a lot of people I don't know dead either. Some people I think already dead. It happens.
All right.
Like Mary Tyler Moore. Had no clue she was still alive.
Me neither.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Up next, Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice, you can call Yee right now. Again, 800-585-1051. She'll put you live on the air and help you with your problems. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.